listening to The Greg Kelly Show.
Yeah, all right. So I'm told that Harry Styles was in One Direction and he's really good at singing. Who cares? I looked at this guy, and he looks like he's, quite frankly, he looks like he's the MC of a Roman orgy. That's how he's dressed. That's his whole demeanor. On stage at Coachella, which might as well be a Roman orgy. Hey, look, I like to have a good time, but I also think there's a time and a place, and people need to grow up in this country. You know, World War II. Long time ago, but not really. Let me think about this for a second. All right, so 42 years ago was 1980. Does that seem that long ago? No, not at all. Not at all, right? Didn't seem that long ago. I can remember music from back then. I can remember details of my day in 1980. So can you probably, all right? That's 42 years ago. So let's go back to 1980. 42 years before 1980 was 1938. 1938 to 1980 seems like a lot longer than 1980 to 2022, doesn't it? I mean, all right. What am I getting at? World War II. You know who fought in World War II? Everybody. Everybody. Anybody who was able fought. And if you didn't, you felt like a chump. And you had to come up with some excuse. And, you know, you couldn't just come up with, oh, I got flat feet. No, it had to be a good excuse. If you were under the age of 55, you were serving in some capacity. Everybody did. The greatest actor, who was the greatest actor back then? Jimmy Stewart, Gregory Peck. These guys flew bombing missions. I mean, they weren't fooling around. Ted Williams is a veteran of World War II and Korea. Baseball player, athletes, everybody. Ronald Reagan, they give him a hard time. You know what? He was in the Air Force, all right? There's a role. They did it. They did it. I guess Tom Brokaw, and I have some problems with this, the greatest generation, but in some ways they were the greatest generation because everybody did it. Everybody did their part. That changed in Vietnam. Those who were connected, those who had better things to do, they avoided service, all right? The rich, the powerful, nobody cool was going over there to Vietnam, okay? And there are all kinds of ways to avoid service. George W. Bush joined the National Guard, not like the National Guard today where you can find your ass in Iraq. No, back then it was a way to avoid Vietnam. And the sons and daughters, well, the sons of the rich and the powerful did that to avoid service. Now, today, fast forward, we just got through a 20-year war. Name one famous person who fought in that war. I can think of one, and he was only famous because he served in the war. Pat Tillman, remember him? What was he on, the Arizona Cardinals? He was a football player. And he got shot in Afghanistan and died. Did anybody else do anything like that? Did any high-profile singer, actor, comedian, anybody? No. There are some great guys who, left Wall Street. There are some guys who were police officers and then volunteered to serve, and firefighters and people like that, and that's great. But we spend more time than ever as a society consuming content, listening to music, watching these stupid shows, watching movies all the time. And by the way, music has become a hell of a lot less interesting because it's a solo project. We listen by ourselves. It used to be in the air. Everybody was kind of listening to the same stuff. And now it's just another way to be lonely. It's another way to be self-involved in music. Anyway, for all the attention we pay to them, how much attention do they pay to this country? And I see this Harry Styles. Well, Greg, he's from UK. He shouldn't serve in this. You know what? There are people from all over the world who serve in the military, U.S. military. You don't even have to be a citizen to serve in the United States military. It doesn't have to be Harry Styles. I don't know. Maybe it could be somebody else. Maybe it could be, who's another one? John Legend. Who's that one that the girls like? John Mayer. Remember him? Is he still out there? I don't know. How about Chris Pine? Captain Kirk. Somebody do something for your country. They're so selfish, especially you, Harry, in your sequin dress, and you're married, Olivia Wilde. Are you nice to her kids? What kind of relationship do you have with Jason? I'm sure you're really cool, right? Oh, yeah, you're a really cool guy. It is a corrupt, it is a disgrace. Not only what you're doing, but how we all tolerate it. I'll be right back.